Pat Mayo with DK Live on the scene at the Ditka and Jaws Cigars with the Stars party. Both the guys are here, Jaws and the coach, so let's see what they got to say about the game and cigars.
I mean, what the hell? We're at a cigar party. You can't smoke cigars. Now, who's the genius that thought that one up?
You can't smoke a cigar in here?
No, we can't indoors. Indoors, we're in a cigar. You cannot smoke indoors, and it's 30 below outside. You figure it out.
You wanted to see the cranky coach. You just saw him. Yeah, there he is.
It's amazing. Brilliance. Oh, this guy could have been my offensive coordinator.
I asked Coach Ditka what we don't see as the public about what makes a coach a really good coach.
Well, you'd be hard pressed in the history of the National Football League to find a more successful organization or head coach than Bill Belichick. I have to say that because I thought back to all the great years of Lombardi and the Packers, and think of the Colts. They've sustained something over a period of time that's unbelievable. Now you say, what are the two constants? Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, basically over that time. It's pretty good.
Jaws, how does that work with Doug Pederson? Like, being a backup quarterback, coaching him up to a point where he can get you to a Super Bowl, does that show more about how good of a coaching job he did this year than just Wentz being great?
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. There's no question Doug Pederson has done a terrific job. And he has a terrific coaching staff. When Doug put together his staff, he went out and reached for a guy like Frank Reich, who coached the position as well as played the position at a very high level in the NFL. He brought in a quarterback coach in John DeFilippo, who is known as an excellent teacher of the mechanics of the game. So you bring in a talented player like Carson Wentz, you surround him with a talented coaching staff and talented players, and you see what you get. And then when Carson goes down, you have a veteran player with strong playing attributes and characteristics like Nick Foles. They coach him up. First couple weeks, Nick is rusty. All of a sudden, he starts getting a repetition within the system, and you see maybe the two best games a quarterback's had in the playoffs in a long, long time that Nick Foles has had.
You guys watch a lot of TV. You just heard more sense from him in 2 minutes than you hear on TV in a whole day.
Obviously, we know who Jaws is rooting for, the Eagles, but I had to ask him if they're actually going to win. How's that going to happen?
Well, I think number one, this game will be in the 20s. So Nick's going to have to make plays at the quarterback position. This is not a game management game for him. But the key for the Eagles is going to be to move Tom Brady. You know, I've watched Tom Brady for 18 years, and he's the greatest of all time. The Eagles have an outstanding defense. That really is the bedrock of what they do, their defensive line. They rotate 7 or 8. And I will say the most expensive piece of real estate Sunday afternoon will be about 5 or 6 yards right behind Tom Brady. That little 3-foot square, that's where people want to get to, because that's where Tom's going to launch the ball. If Tom gets time, about 5 or 6 yards in his drop, the Patriots win the game. If he gets harassed at that spot and has to move backwards, the Patriots will be in trouble.
So, Coach, if you're going into the game and you're scheming against Tom Brady and they know what's coming, they know they're going to try to move you off your spot, what does Belichick do to compensate for that?
Doesn't change a thing. Why? Why would you change something if it's not broke? The whole football team understands what they got. What Jaws said is true. That means the burden of responsibility goes back to the offensive line and the backs. Everybody's got to do a better job to protect him. If they protect him, I don't think they can beat him.
At all? Nick Foles can't have the game of his life again somehow?
Well, listen, I'm not a prognosticator. I don't care. Somebody's got to win, but I hope it's a good game.
Well, I'm off to find a good cigar because I'm going to win the NFL DraftKings Showdown contest this week after the big game, so I need something to celebrate with. Maybe Dick and Jaws can hook me up. I'm Pat Mayo. Enjoy the game and continue watching DK Live.